You guys, it's happening. It is time. I think I have waited long enough and it's time to feel something. I'm regretting reading this book. I don't want to do this anymore. It is time for me to sit down and find books that will make me sob my eyes out, will make me rethink things, think in general, and just give me emotions that I'm looking for. Now, I'm gonna preface this with saying I am okay. I'm okay. I'm doing great. My life is amazing right now. I have all the love in the world, all the support in the world that I could need. I'm just addicted to the feeling of like a book just ruining you and getting so attached to characters and just being moved by a book. I was extremely moved by Kingdom of Ash, obviously, by Sarah J. Maas, because it's the last book in the Throne of Glass series, and obviously there's a lot of context that you get when you're reading 8 books in a row, but I'm looking for that guttural feeling of like, oh my god, despair for life. You know, but obviously hopefully we could get like a beautiful outcome and a beautiful look on the world after. I did some digging, got some books here. I don't know if we're gonna read all of them in this video. So I have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. This is his newest release and I'm excited for this one. I know that his tone and his writing in general seems to move people a lot, and some people cry, some people don't, so I'm just, you know, again, this isn't just to cry and feel sadness, it's more of like just to feel beautiful feelings. Next, I've already had these 2 books on my shelf for a while. Kristen Hanna's Nightingale and The Four Winds. I know Kristen Hanna knows how to write a powerful, moving story, and I've heard so much about the Nightingale, so I feel like this will be perfect for this video specifically. These next 2 books, I went on TikTok and I like looked up books that you will cry to, and the first book that popped up is The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. It's a heart-wrenching but deeply funny and ultimately uplifting story of family, loyalty, and hope. A captivating look at the wonders and absurdities of human life as only a dog could tell it. I already know this is gonna be a sad dog story, so this one I picked up and I was like, I am going to bawl my eyes out. Now this series, so many people rave about this, swear by this series, and it is Magnolia Parks, and I have been waiting for the perfect time to get into this series because I feel like I will love it, and TikTok said that the second one is going to make you cry. So out of the 5, I'm gonna put Four Winds down and we're gonna just choose kind of one by one what book I should get into. I think I'm gonna start with My Friends. Honestly, I think this is gonna be a really good one to start with. Okay, so it's the next day and I didn't even get like halfway through chapter 1. I just want to pop on and say that today I'm reading it. I'm going to be by the pool today, but I have a lot of like, I have to do like my laundry, and then I want to practice cello before I go to my cello lesson, so I'm basically just trying to fit like actually like reading it into my day, so we'll see how much I get through today. I haven't read a book like this yet or before, and I actually really like it. It's very interesting and different. Only now did I realize that like I've been reading books in 3rd person a lot. So I started reading a couple of his sentences and I was like, this is totally 3rd person. Like, it's like very clearly 3rd person, and it was just interesting for me to, like, for the first time I realized what point of view we're speaking in and we're doing all this. And I guess also because the way that he, like, the way that he writes it and stuff, it's a lot easier to get. Hopefully we'll feel something. I'm excited to feel something. But I'm good. Like, I'm feeling a lot. I'm just excited to feel something in a book because, again, I've had kind of a dull few reads where I was like just not really feeling anything. So I want to feel something towards these characters. Just disclaimer. I'm going to keep disclaiming that for the entire video. Hey guys, sorry for the lighting, but obviously we are in the car. We are at a gas station right now. I just thought that I would quickly hop on before we go on to the next 4 hours of this drive. So one thing I've learned is that I literally love reading on the Kindle. Just thinking about having to turn my pages and like hold this hardcover like big book in my hands the entire drive while trying to remain comfortable, kind of like letting myself really relax with this read. And let me just tell you, I'm feeling things, guys. I'm feeling things and I hate it and I love it at the same time. This is literally why I'm making these videos, that so I can feel things deeply, and this book is wrecking me. Like, I've wanted to cry multiple times. Like, the way Frederick Bachman writes is really witty, it's really poetic, but it's also so like distinct. The amount of emotional topics that are dealt with and talked about, it's so much grief already. And like, I actually heard this term recently that actually like literally answered my entire thought process, but it's anticipatory grief, where like you're always so aware that you could lose everybody any moment, and you're just like, you want to say that you appreciate the people like so much, want to make sure that they're safe and everything, because you're so scared of losing them and you know that you will lose them, so you're grieving right now. But it's the whole thing. But yeah, I just don't find myself feeling like attached to the characters. Okay. I don't feel attached to the characters to the point that I will cry when they're exiting the story, because we just don't have that much time with them. But we're spending a lot of time with Louisa, who's like basically the main character of the book, and I am worried for how this is gonna go, and I feel like I'm gonna cry. Okay guys, TTYL. A little while. We got back from San Diego on Thursday, I want to say. I think it was like late at night Thursday. We've been home for like about a week already, and I have not picked up anything book related since then, and I've been a little bit nervous because I want to finish these books and I want to read these books, but I feel like I'm just kind of in a book slump. I already feel really good about my friends because, I mean, I already was moved to tears, but like the whole point of this video is just to feel, not to feel something in the way like I need to bawl my eyes out, but I want to feel something for characters. I want to feel something for the story and the plot and what the author's trying to get across. And I feel like My Friends is honestly one of the best books I could have chosen for this, at least for the first one, because it has me thinking, you know, it has me really deeply connected to the characters and in my feels. Okay guys, so I have been in bed for an entire day and all of today, like all of yesterday and all of today, because I woke up with a migraine and I haven't had one in like 3 years. Don't know where that came from. I was able to listen to quite a bit of the book. Guys, I'm nervous. We are 70% of the way into the book and like the ball hasn't dropped. Stayed up because chapter 41, you're thinking, oh my gosh, cliffhanger, let's figure it out, let me just get hit with whatever I'm gonna get hit with because I need to get it over with. I need to go to sleep. I'm on page 333, 76% of the way in the book. Alright you guys, I just finished My Friends by Frederick Bachman, and why did I say that weird? Frederick Bachman. That was a really emotional read. Frederick Bachman doesn't write in English, obviously his native language is Swedish, so yeah, he literally writes in Swedish. So when I heard that it was translated to English, it makes me wonder if like the specific wording he has feels different in the native language, like how much deeper and how much funnier even that it could have been. But anyway, loved this book. It was really deeply emotional. Definitely definitely got me in my feels. I did cry once or twice. My jaw did drop. I mean, it feels like my heart just kind of like grew a size, and the way that he writes about art really makes me think and wonder, like, he really does know what he's talking about. And it's like, are you an artist? Like, do you paint or something? Because the way that he talks about art in general and just like the artist and this like found family in this book is beautiful. I love it. There is tragedy, there's beauty, there is growth, there's character development, there are plot twists. I was on my toes literally the entire time. You saw me yesterday literally staying up till 1 a.m. and to think where we started at the beginning of this book to where we are now really amazes me. The way that he could write a book that makes you feel like you've been through a year with these two people. The friendship that happens between two characters is so unlikely and so beautiful, and I love it so much. It's like so fulfilling. I loved this book so much. I'm gonna sit with it before I decide on a rating. Yeah, we are going to move on to the next one. Here are all 4. When I watch like book videos, if they read more than 3 books in a video, I end up losing track of like what they're talking about and kind of like what they thought of what books. Again, I might not get to all these books in this video. This is Texas 1921. This one is World War II, 1939 to 1945. Okay, so this is taking place before the Nightingale. This is taking place in 1939 to 1945. The Art of Racing in the Rain doesn't specify a particular year. It looks really cute, like the movie and the clips that there are from the movie and stuff. Like, people are saying like, oh, it's a splendid book, it's amazing, it's so cute and it's special. So I'm thinking, okay, let's do it. But I don't want to bawl my eyes out at work because of this. Oh, I don't know, guys, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one. I need something a little bit fun. Okay, let's get into this. Guys, she's not sad, I swear. I was thinking long and hard because I don't really know like what would be the best option for like reading this book, because recently I am like so hesitant to actually read it, and it's getting hard for me to actually continue with the book because I just know how sad it is, and already it's really sad. I was honestly regretting this choice of making this video, but then when I try to go into a rom-com or something, I want something emotional, you know? I want something to like touch me. I want something to wreck me, you know? With all that being said, I basically thought maybe if I listened to it on Audible, I would be able to enjoy it that way, you know? And I think I'll go obviously back and forth between reading and listening, but yeah, I think that's gonna be my game plan, just to start it with audiobook. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and I will kind of let you guys know how that goes. You guys, it's happening. It's happening. I'm on chapter 23. The audiobook is really helping getting past it. Yeah, so I'm right here, so I'm just under halfway. And yeah, the audiobook definitely helped so much to get it like going, because it is literally like a movie. Now that I've seen the trailer and I've seen like little clips, listening to it just animates it way more clearly in my mind. And like there are some conversations and some dialogues that happen where I feel like I would not have been able to truly feel the same way about if I was reading it, because if I was reading it, I would kind of be trying to interpret who's saying what and what tone they're saying. So I feel like it's way easier this way. However, now it's getting real and I'm truly starting to cry, because there's like this moment right now. I'm literally crying. There's this moment right now that one of the main characters is asking Enzo, our main character dog, and she's like asking him not to let her go and asking him to stay with her. This isn't going to like spoil anything, you know, but I don't understand who would want to read this book, because I don't even know why I'm reading it. But this character is asking Enzo, the dog, for him to stay with her the entire night and not leave her side and not leave the bed that she's like on, or like I guess like not leave the bed, because Enzo is the only thing that will protect her tonight and that will keep her safe tonight. And then Enzo's saying, oh, okay, so I stood watch and I stood guard all night, and I'm like, this little dog this dog is my nose is so red. This dog is staying up for her so that like, because like, we always tell like animals things, be cute, whatever, you know, and like obviously to our brains like they don't do it, but this book is making it feel like they really do. And he literally did stay up all night because he understood what she's asking him to do. I guess I got what I wanted. You know, I'm so emo right now. Enzo's main point is to be a better human and to listen to what people are saying around you without actually like hearing the words that they're saying, because there's so many times that people say things without words, and like there's so many different ways of communication and things that go unsaid. And so like his whole thing is like, I'm listening, like you need to listen because you won't hear the things that I hear if you don't stop talking, and if you just start listening, like you'll hear everything, you know. So yeah, I'm feeling things. Oh, those are the cat. I'm feeling things, and I'm regretting reading this book. The amount of empathy I have for animals literally like disrupts my life and disrupts my way of thinking sometimes, because I just like cannot help but genuinely break down if there's any animal in need, or like anything, even the thought of an animal in need, or like anything like that. So I feel like this is just solidifying that, and it's getting really difficult, but I'm already in the book and I only have 2 more hours left if I listen to it. So I'm gonna cool down, play some cello, and continue listening. I'll probably stay up till 11 or 12 actually, listening to it. I'll catch you then. I think the way that it was written was made to be a movie, not like in a bad way, more of like this had to be a film because it's so beautiful, and I'm glad that it's a film. Never watching it. We went through literally so much in this book, and any book that talks about like a full life happening just like literally like wrecks me. I'm gonna give this book a 4 stars because it's something like I would recommend, and I think it was good in the moment. Really cute writing. What Garth Stein was like trying to do the whole time, where he's like, just listen and be a better human. Front of the book literally says like the dog that teaches the world how to be a human. Okay, I'm gonna go recover, and then we're gonna have to move on to the Nightingale. I started the Nightingale last night. The first line of the Nightingale got me completely hooked. I am so intrigued with Kristen Hanna's writing, and I'm really excited to see like how this feels. And already with like the first chapter that I've read, I'm already ready to read her other books. From what I can tell, most of her topics and most of her books are pretty emotional, heavy, just like deeper topics, and especially like the settings and the places that they're taking in, the time frame that they're taking place in is like the war or Great Depression. I also had no clue that this was her entire discography. Actually, I don't know if that's just for artists, but there are all of these different books. I am already on chapter 2. Her chapters are pretty short, which I like. I hope they stay this short because it's a little bit, I mean, it's always gonna be a little more difficult to go through a book when the chapters are super long and you feel like you're actually not getting through it. And I know that, you know, as a reader, I'm thinking, for me, chapters is like, okay, we're done with this thought, we're done with this idea, and now we're going on to the next idea, now we're going on to the next thing. Even if it's in the same setting, it's usually still like talking about something else or saying something else and getting a different idea across in different chapters. So the length of a chapter should not define whether or not you can hold on to a book or not, but sometimes it does. That's what I'm gonna say. The first sentence, I'm just gonna read it because that's literally what got me hooked. And it says, "If I have learned anything in this long life of mine, it is this. In love we find out who we want to be. In war we find out who we are." yeah, I'm honestly actually like, I feel pretty good about this one. I don't feel dreadful about this one because The Art of Racing in the Rain, I felt dread at the idea of reading it. This one I am excited to. Yeah, but I'm excited where this is going. It's very, very compelling already and I'm really intrigued. Okay, I'm gonna go read. Hi. Why does it feel so awkward? That's so funny. Basically, I finished The Art of Racing in the Rain. Finished it on July 30th, and that's not bad at all. It's like pretty good, but I have been reading The Nightingale since August 1st, and it's like I don't want to read it. But yeah, so today is Sunday and I have like 7 hours until, or like maybe 6 hours until I go to a dinner with my boyfriend. Like we have like a fundraising dinner that we're gonna attend. I was determined to finish it today, but I think even on my audiobook it's still 8 hours worth of listening, and so I don't know if I'm gonna be listening all day. I kind of want to just sit and watch an episode of Friends, so already there's like some time escaping me. But tomorrow, Monday, I don't have work, so I think I'm going to hunker down, finish this book. I started a different rom-com and I think I want to finish that the next day because it's a pretty short one, should be good. And yeah, I want to start going into fantasy already. I miss it again. Like I haven't read fantasy since yeah, last time I read fantasy was in June. That's crazy, a whole month. It's been 9 days since I started The Nightingale and it's felt like forever because it's like by now, at least by day 4, I'm already done reading it. Keep in mind, I have never read this many books in my life, like this fast and this much in one go. So when you see it in the context of how many books I've read in between fantasy novels and in the context of starting a new fantasy world and kingdom and series versus like being in the series already and finishing the series. So yeah, I just feel kind of slow right now. Also, crazy side note, Alison Saft, author of Wings of Starlight, has other books, and I randomly found like one of them on Pinterest and I was like, oh, this looks really interesting, I want to read it. And then I look at the author and I was like, Alison Saft, like I could have sworn I know that author, and I was like, wait, that's Wings of Starlight. And I was like, that's pretty cool that I found more of her books to enjoy. And since I really liked Wings of Starlight, I feel like it'd be really cool to read her other books. And it's also interesting how Wings of Starlight is like directly under Disney as a corporation, but Alison Saft has her own other book, so I wonder how different it would be. Hey guys, so it is actually not Monday, but it's Tuesday now, and yesterday I had a pretty wild day. Like, it was really busy. I'm on chapter 19 right now of my audiobook, and I will say, like, these chapters are very, very long, and it's kind of making like the book really difficult to get through because it's just so long, and every chapter is like 30 minutes, even with 1.75 speed. This is my little baby. I don't know if I will be emotional. Everything that's happening is just like, it's what is the reality of the book, and it's not really like a shocking thing right now. I have a couple of theories of where this is gonna go and what happens to who, but we officially know why it's called The Nightingale, so that's interesting, and I'm even more curious as to where it's going. Yeah, I need to finish this book before San Diego. Like, I need to. TTYL. Okay, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to be this emotional again. Reading 3 books back to back that are all that emotional. It went from bittersweet beauty, art, and love to the compassion of animals and a different view of life through the eyes of an animal and through the eyes of purity like that. I still cry if I think about it, guys. I can't. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And then now on 2 more, and I was like, this is such a good idea. Yes. You got what you wanted, I got what I wanted. I'm feeling things. I have felt so much loss and love and sorrow and pain and beauty and bittersweet. But yeah, it's not really like a 5-star, and when I look at it next to 4.5 stars that I have in my like area, or like in my ratings, it doesn't really feel like that either. Yeah, it's gonna be a 4-star for me. I'm gonna go relax. I'm gonna go breathe. I'm gonna drink my water, and I'll get back to you guys soon and do a little update, little outro, and little ratings. So TTYL. Hey guys, so it is clearly editing phase time. It is the editing me, and I did not finish this video, and I completely started a different video and didn't even acknowledge the fact that I didn't finish this video. So here I am to give you the updates, the ratings, and my thoughts. Little update, little outro, little ratings. So update, we finished it, right? I had never been that emotional for books, at least, and that frequent in my life. Obviously, like, I've only really become an avid reader 2 years ago, and even this year I've been pushing myself to read as many books as I can just because there's so many that I want to read. But with that comes this new landscape to kind of tread through. I don't know why I'm using such weird metaphors right now. I've just never felt this kind of thing ever, and I was a little bit numb after this experience. I was very numb, and I just kind of saw life in a very emotional and pessimistic way, and I started looking at people differently. And I did have a lot of compassion, and I had a lot of empathy for people after these reads. At the same time, I was also just like finding myself to be super just negative, and it just did not do good things for me. After though, like after thinking about it and after talking about it and after ruminating on it, I still would recommend each of these books. But anyway, so we have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. That one I rated a 3.75. And then for The Art of Racing in the Rain, I also rated that one a 3.75. The last book, The Nightingale, I rated a 4 stars. So they're all kind of in the same category, and I didn't really find myself wanting to rate them even higher. Maybe that's like just a common theme in these books where I just don't really feel that connected to them afterwards. Like it took me on a journey, it took me on a ride, but afterwards it's like not really, I don't really remember much. But if I start talking about The Art of Racing in the Rain to anybody, they start tearing up and I start tearing up on accident. I have made 4 different people cry when I was telling them the story about The Art of Racing in the Rain. So you can also just imagine what it's like to be around me when I'm in this phase. But regardless, I think I'm just gonna end it here because I have so many other videos to edit right now, and this is really fun, but it's time to move on, and I've already read other books to heal myself from that. This was an interesting journey, and I would have to be asked over and over again to do this kind of video again. But from where I'm standing right now, we're not gonna see this kind of video again anytime soon. I have other ideas planned anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you've made it this far, thank you for sticking through. You're the best. And comment down below any books that have made you emotional recently, or any books that have ever made you emotional, and what I should read next. But in the meantime, I gotta go read more books. Bye guys.